Okay. Oh, I need to move that sound a little bit down. A little bit more. Hopefully that is good enough. Okay. And I need to not the echo. Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear me just fine. If not, also, thank you, Eugene. And also, Mermaid's already bored. We're only 4 minutes before I'm actually supposed to stream. I interrupted about your conlang video. Well, I'm sorry. I decided to start a little early because I've been looking forward to Hell's Other Demons because, well, I love the color scheme. I love the fact that it is an arcade platformer. It is a platformer shooter that I haven't played in a little bit. But it also just looks like it has style. And, well, that makes a lot of difference for me, especially when looking at end-of-the-year games, because you need to stand out from the rest. And, well, this does. So, I did not expect a Boneyard intro sequence. I didn't expect, like, a Mario, like a Super Mario 3 map sequence, so after the resistance fell, it all went south. The armies of the stale supremacy swiftly assimilated what was left of the population. Okay. I also like the pixel artwork. You note that the pixely elements of the artwork, but like even like things like the A there, it has its own style, but it looks nice. Like, even the stars are simple but reasonable in terms of, like, telling you the world. And then, oh. Hell was left uncomfortably numb. I mean, the pacified Inferno was in dire need of a hero. Love the use of the pink against the blue and the purple there. Makes it stand out. Those horns. Okay, tutorial. Wake up, Rebel. You have been given a second chance. Show me that you still have it. So are we like a demon from hell? Move to the shiny using... Okay. Double jump with A. Okay, so we have a dash attack. I like the little streaks that come after it, but like the glow around you, the blue, the purplish is a little bit strange. Right, that's dashing. Okay. Simple laser gun. Ow, ow. Stop shooting the sucking nearby gems. Okay. So, keep killing until an ultimate drops. Ultimate charges. Fire ultimate laser at the enemies. Oh, 23rd. Jeez, that is some drop. What did I do last time? I thought I had a good stream last time. All right, back to the map. So we start off. It looks like there are 3 statuses that you can get. Flawless, no ultimate, no weapon. So you can go different routes. Interesting. Pew, pew, pew. We are on Steam. I don't know if it's on any other platform. I probably should have checked that before the stream, but I've been crazy busy, so. You can double jump. Okay, good. So, it looks like you get special status for doing certain things. So I'm gonna try not using an ultimate in this one just to see. Like what I can do. I'm actually legit. Give me a little bit of time. You can also Mario jump on him, which is interesting. Ah, there's the population boom. Okay, I see. I'm just dealing with way too many Dragnixes. So you can Mario jump. You can shoot. You can do your ultimate. Win without taking ultimate. Win without taking damage. Okay, back to the map. So that... Okay, so flawless is with damage. So it... I think it's possible for rank 23 Dragnix to reproduce. Wow. Wow. Just wow. All right, so we could do this again, only jumping on enemies. I wonder if that gives you something extra. It's actually a little bit of a challenge because you gotta line up your jumps, but although your jump seems to reset after you hit 1, so that makes it a little easier. What is cartridge? Yeah, it's an indie-focused store. Thank you for that information. FAQ. Nope. Nope. So, win without firing a weapon. Okay, so I could maybe do each of these in one run, but not using a weapon seems like it's gonna get boring really quickly. The butt stomp is your most powerful weapon. We all knew the butt was the most powerful weapon of them all. So I don't want to talk about the combat, like the enemies yet, until we get a couple in. So I already took damage, so that one's out. But I could do no weapon to no ultimate. Whoa, okay. Okay, so that would definitely be... It's definitely ramped up the challenge a tiny bit, but let's actually use the weapon and... Well, we won't use the ultimate, though. Not yet, at least. No bones. Do you get more gems based on doing, like, the butt stomp? Because it seems like you don't. And that surprises me. Almost... The speed of at which you fall and jump is a little bit like a little bit off-putting, because you can like jump past where you can look, and you can fall faster than the screen catches up with you. So that does leave a little bit of a space in which you're like, you can end up taking damage without seeing anything. I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but I'm assuming you're supposed to be a little bit more cautious in your approach. But with some of the difficulty options in terms of like the jump elements, like not using your weapon. That's a good point, FAQ, on the collecting gems. That makes sense. Ultimate charge. Not gonna use it. The enemies spawn, like, for the area in question, the enemies spawn pretty quickly and in a lot of the same space. It's not actually a lot of times to move stuff in. Okay, so the goat whisper. Did we have a goat whisperer? Not Yakuza. Hell is other demons. Okay, a figure 8 shooting, but we can't afford that. Enables you to equip more gear. Can't really equip. Dash longer, duh. Max HP. Explode when taking damage. I like the fact that I can get sensitive skin. Projectiles move further and faster. Yeah, I'll take that. So, the question is... Yeah, I can equip... It's one cost. Ah, I see. So I have to equip based on points. And it looks like those are the points in question. So, okay. Understandable. I mean, I know you got the dental work today. Is it really hurting that much? I know you said it was sore earlier. Spikes above me, spikes below me. Can I destroy the spikes? Nope. The little sound effect on that guy was a little bit weird. Ow. So, like, I wish there was a little bit of a warning of where enemies were off screen were spawning. Just a little bit, though. Ow. Okay, so this is a bigger boss enemy, it looks like. And we're stuck in the middle with you. Oh. What's the envelope on the right of the screen? Not sure I know what you're talking about. Alright, we're going to go at this level and try to just jump it. Traps. Oh, I see. Traps. So it looks like in the middle of the screen there's the number of waves that you can get. Or the number of waves with enemies, and that's the progress of the enemies in terms of how many are left to spawn. Oh, boy. Looks like the highlight of it shows me what is actually going to attack, but I'm assuming that doing those other runs, like, I wonder how easy it is with some of the upgrades to do the runs without the weapons. Because it looks like trying to do it at this point is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's probably doable after like 4 or 5 attempts, but I really want that heart. So, holding A seems to, yeah, put me floating, which was told me to me on the little hint screen there, which does make things a little bit easier, sort of, kind of. Makes it easier to dodge, sort of, kind of. There we go. Get all the gems, all the ones that you can. Yeah, I could have not used that, but... Ugh. Not a lot of invincibility time. That's for sure. Ah! Okay. So it's ramping up really quickly, and Mermaid better get better. I hope you feel better, dear, and I hope you take... Yeah, I know you're going to that estate sale tomorrow, but try to rest up a little bit. I'd take care of you if I could, but we're a couple weeks out from that still. I do love the music. The synth really works for this, like, this visual style. Yeah, no, your teeth aren't falling out. I wonder if you get more... It would be nice to see if you comboed with those gems a little bit in terms of, like... Ah. Come on, I'll take that. Ow, dang it. It seems like you gotta really take into account everything in... Damn! I thought I could just keep on pushing him, but nah. I think I prefer the other boring game. Man. You know, when we are... Maybe we will do a Andrea month in which we pick games that are only not boring to you. Because I'm actually very interested to see what that list would look like. Streaming-wise. I mean, I know it's not possible. I mean, I am boring just all the time. But can we minimize the board? Is it possible? Ow, 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 ow! No! I'll take that. Had to use my ultimate there to make sure I didn't die. The enemies above and below would really be... It's really annoying because you can't really move up and down. Let's go back to the map. All right. I'm not using my dash very well, so I need to do that. Upgrade. The one that were you talking about Sparklight? Check the controls. Okay, there's a dive. I gotta use the dash a little bit more, but I feel like the dive wouldn't necessarily help me a lot. I feel like you need to stay towards the top more than anything else. And the dive may help you get out of certain situations. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, see, like that. I don't know how easy that would be, even with that dive. Okay. I just ran right into the trap. Come on, Sean. It's all about spatial awareness, keeping myself on top of these enemies. Ow. I don't like the fact that he started attacking, like, right away. I could see how dive would be useful to in certain play styles. I think it's, though, I'm mostly a ground person, so like I will play spatial recognition more than anything else. And so the dive doesn't necessarily work for me, but I got to adjust, obviously. Come on, come on. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I see where the dive really worked in that case. There we go. Dragnix is a ground Pokemon, confirmed. No, I'm Daddy Nix, aka I'm a poison Pokemon. I'm the Trubbish. It does give you a lot of gems. Let's wait to buy a weapon. The Oppressor. Let's not for now. Replay previous for previous. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's a very small area. Ow. I feel like I need to keep control of this one platform as much as I can. Ow, 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 ow. Taking the right space, I think, is important right now. I don't even remember what that one option was. Was it dark? Ah, damn it. Fell off the platform. Man, I'm off my game tonight. But I'm liking the movement itself. Like, I'm getting used to the dive, I'm getting used to the dash, I'm getting used to all these things. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could see. I think I may redo the yeah, let's do that. Oh, okay. It's just another option. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's gonna work a lot better for me. Having to stop to collect gems the way that it does is... It does, like, sort of mess with the rhythm, but messes it in a good way. Oh, damn it. You want to play FF6? Oh, yeah, Quag... I think it was a Quagsire? How do you remember that? Yeah, so I'm apparently a Quagsire. I don't even remember when did we take that quiz? Hey, TO mailbox. How's it going? Yep, a nice little game. Finally getting around to playing it for the first time. Sort of a very quick learning curve, but... Come on. There we go. I did not dash the right way that I wanted to there. So there is a, like, you got to be really careful with the way that you deal with those smaller enemies, because you can end up taking, like, reasonable damage, like, in a row. There doesn't seem to be a very long period of time in which you take, like, invincibility time. So you have to, like, if you take damage really quickly, you got to get out of whatever you are, because you're gonna take damage right away again. Okay. But I do feel like I'm making progress little by little, even when I lose, which is good. It takes away a little bit of the frustration factor, which is important for a game like this. Although, I don't like the fact that those things fall the way they do. Like, I don't feel like I had a good chance of getting those gems or anything like that, at least in this level. Sort of didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Yeah, see, like, anything above you is almost certain death. Which is a bit of a problem, actually. I wonder if you get an ability to deal with that later in the game. Let's get another weapon here. Figure 8 shooting, that seems reasonable. Snom. More accurate shots. I don't know if I really want to dash longer. Cost 3. Wow, that... So let's see how well this does for me. Let's see how a different weapon helps me out. Looks like they spawn in the same place, so... You can start to learn patterns and recognition. Okay, that weapon is working out a little bit better for me. Covers a little bit more of the screen. May help me in certain ways. Not in others, as shown there. Heart. Ow, I jumped right into it. What the hell was I thinking there? I think a like, one of the first upgrades that I want to get is something that lets me fire a little bit above me. Because that would make a huge difference. At least for my playstyle. But, like, a lot of my reviews, I would... If I was officially reviewing this, I would take my time and try a different playstyle. I would do a more dashing playstyle or a more, dodging based style. I need that heart. Damn it. Hey, sir, or mailbox AQ Sarit. I do like the fact that it's quicker. Quick restart. You don't have to take a lot of time to deal with, like, okay, I got to think about things. Sometimes games will do that. They'll legitimately force you to be like, okay, hold on, let me think about, what I need to do next. But in a game like this, I just don't see that being too useful, at least for the type of chaotic elements that this game is presenting to me right now. Come on. Have this stuff to get all the gems. All fishing games? What, a fishing game month? All the fishing games from every game. Take that heart. I don't know when's the last time I played like a fishing game. I remember playing, oh god, what was it? It was a bass game for the NES. Okay. Whew. A giant fish to slap people about with. I actually... It sounds like something I need to play now. Okay. So, enemies there. Endless. So just... Is this for gems, I'm assuming? I'm guessing? Alright, let's... The oppressor. How many gems did I get? Nah, not worth. Ooh, I like the toned down music on this one. Like right away. Like it's completely different right away. The synth is gone. It sets the mood a little bit more. Oh, bones. Not a lot of room to work here. Not gonna lie, that's ow. Damn. Don't forget the dash. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly sure how with 3 platforms. Not sure how that's gonna work out for me. This has definitely got the atmosphere. Damn. Okay, 3. Assuming that you guys are gonna give me hearts. Damn it. Does dashing reset the jump? Yeah, that's something I need to try. Like, getting used to all... I don't know. I feel like I've played a lot of roguelikes and roguelites lately that I'm almost like forgetting about essential platforming elements. Because I'm just like, okay, I need to learn this one. No. Dang it. I am not on my game tonight. Need that health. Need that health. Don't really want to deal with you guys, so... No. What is going on? Ah! Can a meteor be getting redeemed to the fishing minigame is good? Yes. I feel like I've had a lot of those occasions lately where I've gotten a boss to like right at the end, and ever since Children of Morta, that I've been losing those battles over and over again. I do like the fact that that little, those fireballs actually do a hell of a lot to change up your jump pattern. So like, I was floating more often, but then I realized that that floating was actually hurting me on that jump pattern. So it was better if I didn't do a double jump or, you know, float and jump. This fight's going a lot better. There we go. There we go. Unlock color scheme bone. Interesting. So you unlock more colors? Ooh, Infernal Gateway. Learn about things? Plot? Okay. I love those little sections where just like... Okay, so we need 4 things, it looks like. Which makes sense. 4 things of hell. Ooh. And the color changes. Alright, what can we buy? It goes both ways. Well then. Let's increase our load. Let's get the spike boots, and let's just increase our load a little bit more. And we can add the spike boots to our list. Is this game as bad as Hollow Knight? I mean, I'm having fun with it so far. Oh, spikes on the side. That's not fun. Oh, and they move too. That's even better. So you gotta be constantly moving. Ow. Bomb fishing was always fun. I'm pretty sure it's the quintessential way of fishing. I don't care if it's not realistic. Just jump on their heads, jump on their heads, jump on their heads. I unironically hate Hollow Knight. You know, I get it's not for you. But you know, I can't say that I agree. Okay, so I could go One Eye's Boutique. Oh, an ultimate. Oh, okay, so a different one. Increase max HP when picking up hearts at full... Whoa. That seems like those are some really powerful things. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's go factory plumes to begin with. I actually haven't played Far Cry 5. I think the last Far Cry game I played was I want to say Blood Dragon. I don't know. Maybe it's just my interest in indie games have grown, but I feel like I don't play a lot of the AAA games nowadays. I'm trying to remember what's the last AAA game I played. To be quite honest with you. Besides Pokemon. Okay, that one doesn't count. Like console and otherwise. I just want to listen to music for a second here. Good synth. I like the fact that the tone of the beat there. It feels like mechanical. It feels factory-esque. Borderlands 3 would have been it. Monster Hunter. But we got Monster Hunter like a year and a half ago, so. I don't know when's the last time I reviewed a AAA game on the channel. I think it may have been was it Persona 5? No, it couldn't. I had to have done something else. How am I gonna get to you? You gotta get up to get that. They are far up there. That makes it really hard to hit them. Just Cause 4, I did, but no. See, now I'm actually questioning when's the last one I did. Sonic Forces. That may have been actually it. it shows what kind of games that I actually pay attention to. Like, yeah, I'll give my opinion on Pokemon that I enjoy it, and I don't understand a lot of the backlash it's gotten, even though some of it is valid. I feel like it's just the child that everybody wanted to pick on, even though they've got like a cool backpack at school. It's got issues, but like it's not. People who were, I see people comparing Pokemon Sword and Shield to Fallout 76, and I'm sitting there going, wait, no. No, Quiet Man is by a smaller studio within Square Enix, so I am not counting that. Oh, well, I didn't review Resident Evil 2 Remake, but I played it enough on stream. I played it fully on stream all the way through, so I'll count that as it. That makes the most sense to me. It does show that I've, like, what games that I've been targeting over the last couple of months. And the fact that I just haven't had as much time as I usually did. So, what I'm noticing very quickly is the fact that when it says that the weapon types make a difference, I really think it has everything to do with like the positioning of enemies, and the weapon that you choose is going to make a huge difference. Like in this one, I would want something that would go below me more than anything else. Ooh, a Kabuto store. We got a Pokemon here. I mean, sort of. Cone of Hurt. Okay. Yet another jump. That could be useful. Nullifies first hit each level. That would be nice. Move faster. I don't think move faster is going to help me here. I want a better weapon. And so I'm actually going to do this infinite one. See if I can earn a little bit more. Because, yeah, I figured that this would be more basic in terms of the design. Whoa! There are a lot of enemies right away. I do like the fact that it does give you waves, though. I think the thing that bothers me about EA, especially lately, like, I do like the fact that they've makes you shoot a laser down every time you jump. That would be really, really useful. I feel like with EA, the biggest problem I have, I mean, yeah, EA's got a shit ton of problems, and some of them, look, they're not going to get fixed. You know, the microtransactions thing, until there's, you know, really big backlash from it. Even with that said, they did change things from Battlefront 2 on a couple of their games. But I think the bigger problem I have is some of the IPs that they've got, and they're just letting go. Like I could point to Dead Space and be like, why? Like that is something that I think everybody would enjoy another Dead Space game right now, just as long as it's not Dead Space 3. But even things like Burnout, like I'm surprised at this point that we don't have, with all the Battle Royale stuff that's going on nowadays, I do not understand how we do not have a Twisted Metal Burnout type Battle Royale game. That to me just blows my mind that just seems like a cash cow. And with things like microtransactions, like have, you know, those, you know, car skins. It'd be, you know, people would pay to customize their car with skins. And you know what? If you made it free to play and had that for it, I think people would come in droves. But I don't understand why nobody is picking up on that. But my pay to lose microtransaction, pay to make the game harder. Doing okay so far. I mean, Battle Royale, you got, I mean, obviously the king is Fortnite, but you still have Apex Legends going on. You still have PUBG. I mean, the thing is that the best Battle Royale game, at least in my opinion, that I've actually tried, granted, I have not played Fortnite. I've not played PUBG, but, like, I'm surprised nobody, like, has done what Nintendo did with Tetris 99. Like, that, okay, that was cool. Like, that's the thing. Like, people get really annoyed with Fallout, Fortnite, but it did bring a huge, and PUBG, but it did bring a huge opportunity. Like, hey, this is a whole new genre. Maybe we can, you know, do something really interesting. And like Tetris 99, that was really interesting. And I'm surprised that more companies aren't trying it at this point. Yeah, the Fallout 76 thing is just the whole $100 a month thing where it was obvious it wasn't ready. Maybe they were panicking because Doom got pushed back and they have to make, you know, quarterly earnings, but it is just, yeah, I granted, Fallout isn't necessarily entirely my series. You know, I mean, I did enjoy Fallout New Vegas. I did enjoy Fallout 3. I didn't really play through 4 that much, but pay $1 and instantly die. I mean, sold. Is it pay to lose already? What taxes are? You seen that was the comment of the night. I appreciate the tax joke there. There is a shit ton of things going on. I've earned about 4,000 gems here, which is not bad at all. Yeah, Bethesda has gone downhill. I don't know if that's the Zynga influence. Yeah, sure. Submit score online. Let's see. 201. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Shotgun. What goes around comes around. Yeah, no, let's go with the shotgun, the cone of hurt. And shooting while jumping. I'll want that one eventually, but let us do another. Bethesda is supporting good studios. Yeah, that is, unlike, I will give Bethesda this. Unlike EA, when it comes to their developmental studios, they don't, like, even with there's a failure, they don't just immediately crash and burn them. Unlike, you know, we all know the meme with Bethesda. Or, I'm sorry, EA. This was the wrong gun to bring to this fight. Hey, Wizard. How's it going? All right, let's try... I'm not exactly a fan of the shotgun. I wish you could have maybe tried the weapon a little bit more, because I don't think I was expecting the knockback. As you can see, there's a slight knockback, and in certain levels, that's going to be killer. Now, one thing I will say, at least early on here, the thing that I'm not necessarily a fan of, I wish they would change a little bit, is the fact that, I'm going to go back to the map here. I mean, I think it would be a little bit more interesting to have the objectives be a little bit different. I understand what they're going for. They want to test specific elements of your play style. You know, okay, no ultimate, no weapon, so on. But I don't know. I feel like doing the same thing over and over again and maybe not going towards a specific different type of portion. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I feel like it could have done a little bit different there. Puss works, eh? Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, so this one, those enemies are a lot more vertical. And I'm already at half health. The shotgun may be more useful in this situation. I think the problem I'm having right now is the fact that like, it's hard to predict when those things... Like, there's a little light that shows when a platform is going to go up, but trying to predict where an enemy is and that platform is difficult, to say the least. Damn it. Faster fire rate. Let's do that one. Let's see. I do like the fact that it opens up a little bit, and each level, I do definitely like the level design here in terms of each level is feeling distinct now. Like, you have to have a specific strategy. Like this one, the fact that you've got such small platforms, you got to be very careful. Like the shotgun in this area, no, there's no way because of the knockback. But there's going to be an emphasis on staying up top just so that you have a little bit of room to maneuver. Like if you fall off, okay, great. Here, you know, use this to your advantage. There we go. Damn it. Alright. I do like the fact that the difficulty curve as we go along here, it's not necessarily steady, but it's a difficulty curve in several different ways. Like, usually, some of the worst games in this genre, or the games that may be a little bit overhyped, would just add more enemies. Add more enemies, add more, you know, difficult enemies. You know, they got to take more damage. Here, the level design is doing a great job of keeping things interesting, but not necessarily, like, the enemies in question, yeah, you've gotten some different ones, that's for sure, but they haven't necessarily been harder, per se. Dang. Just want to look at the demon here. 3 eyes, 4 tentacles, 2 fingers? Huh. I also like the fact that it keeps the tries on there. Like, okay. It gives you a reason to come back and, like, okay, go at this. We'll just leave. It's gonna fall anyway, so it's not gonna matter. Leaving it's not gonna make a difference. I don't think dodging resets things like I thought they would. Yep, no, it doesn't. This game is boring. You know, I don't think it is. I think it may be boring to watch, though, a little bit. But there's definitely a lot of Twitch action, a lot of, like, quick thinking that is needed on my side to take full advantage of everything that's going on. Like, I'm really enjoying what I'm playing right now. Like, it's definitely a game that it would never be a, you know, game of the year contender for me. I think it's just not the type of game that would ever fall into that category of, oh, I want to play this, you know, 27 hours in a row. But definitely not boring in any way. Ow. Let's see. Need 1,000 more. Let's try another. Yeah, let's try that one. Yes, I could double jump. I could dash. I could do all those things. Ow. Ah. Man, they just come right out of the gate on you. I'm already taking so much damage. Yep, nope. Alright, let's go back to the map. I obviously didn't do well on that one. You know, there's no problem with that. I mean, part of what I've enjoyed about doing more streaming elements, because you know, I do miss making weekly review videos. I mean, there are elements that I really enjoyed about that, but if I didn't do that right now, I would be not streaming as much, and I like the conversation back and forth. I like yes, the community is small that we've got right now, but I feel like there's a good amount of diversity within it, as well as a lot more interesting people. Like, I like the mix here. And that's one of the reasons why I keep on doing streams. It's just like, okay, yeah. FAQ, there was a time where I did this full time to I tried to do it as a career. It didn't work out. I realized that it's probably for the best, but there were times I did video like first impressions, like maybe review like daily. Now, granted, not the reviews, like not my 40 minute reviews. I never did anything like that, but there would be times I would put, you know, a review out every week. I think the biggest game that I got, well, even when I stopped doing reviews full time, I can still get code for things. Shadow Warrior 2 I got a code for. Did I get a code for V3? I think, yeah, no, I did. I got a code for Danganronpa V3. That was probably the biggest game that I reviewed for launch day. Oh, I didn't take damage. Well, that's nice. Yeah, many weeks with multiple reviews, although multiple first impressions. Not my 40-minute reviews, that's for sure. I mean, my review for... I'm trying to remember the first video I did with my... what is now known as my review format. AKA my enhancer-dehancer system. I want to say it was The Evil Within, but I'm not sure if that's right. I know one of the first ones I did was Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, which was... that was a whole different story. Yes, I was one of the first people to play through and all of Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and I even have a very rare video on this channel that is not a review or first impression, but a music video of all the bugs I did experience in my Rise of Lyric one. I'm not exactly sure what prompted me to do that, but lo and behold, it exists on this channel. Yeah, Shadow Warrior 2 is definitely worth playing, too. I really love that slime effect. I am really... I like... It reminds me of Nickelodeon, like, Double Dare slime. I really like the fact that each level feels distinct, too. It feels like it's got its own soul to it. There's not a lot of negatives I can really think of this right now. Like, the negatives I've come up with, I feel like they're there, but they're not necessarily horrible. Yes, I complained a lot. So you all have to understand something. Mermaid has been instrumental in keeping my sanity. Even before we were dating, she was a very, very vital part of my life, but I sometimes lean on her maybe a little bit too much. Okay, what's going on here? What would be your favorite and least favorite games? If I had to choose only one. Oh, I need to bounce off them. Okay. But yes, I said I needed to complete it. The game had gotten under my skin to the point where it's just like, okay, I need to do this. And there was only one other game on the channel that really did that to me, and that was Stranger of Sword City. But even then, that was over a longer period of time than Mother Gunship. Even Mother Gunship was like a month or two, but Ah. As for my favorite and least favorite games, if I had to choose only one, that is a really hard distinction. Least favorite game. The problem with least favorite game is, like, was there one game that I absolutely hated? Of course. Oh, my community just expanded on Discord. Woo! I will check that after the stream because obviously I'm busy right now. How did I not die there? Favorite game. The problem with favorite game too is that, like, my first instinct is Valhalla lately, but the thing with Valhalla is that it's a great story. And when I think of game, I think, okay, gameplay. Yes, I love the fact that Valhalla exists and everything along that lines, but that's where it becomes difficult to say, if I only had to choose one, I would want one with gameplay. If I had to choose one game that essentially indicated where my favorite game is of all time, like, you could only play this game for the rest of the time, and that's it. Only that one. It would actually be The World Ends With You. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. And I do have the Switch version. I will play it one day. I don't have time. My least favorite game. It'd be so easy for me to say The Quiet Man. It would be so easy to say that. But damn it. Least favorite. Oh, right, there's a Oh, thank you for reminding me of FAQ, that FAQ. Hey, Andrea, there's a co-op mode in The World Ends With You. Thank you for reminding me of that. I completely forgot about that. Unfortunately, it's not The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, so it is an incorrect answer. I love the Wind Waker. It's probably one of my top 5 at this point. He really hated the one Aliens games that was Wait, what Aliens game? I'm trying to remember which game you're talking about. Like, not the Aliens, like Aliens Colonial Marines. I never... Or, Alien Isolation. Yeah, Alien Hominid is great. I'm just trying to... I'm trying to think of which game Andrea's talking about right now. It was a game that had aliens in it. And they were on Earth. Destroy all humans. That is an interesting problem, though. Destroy all humans, I didn't hate as much as I didn't like the fact that they marketed it as a remastered version, and I felt like the game's evolution of the platforming mechanics, like, everybody remembers Destroy All Humans fondly. I felt like compared to other games in that style, like Jak and Daxter, it didn't compare. At least the first one. The second one definitely upgraded that in a lot of ways, but yeah, the first one was definitely one. It definitely is nowhere near my bottom. I think if I had to choose one right now, it would have been Alone in the Dark Illumination. Alone in the Dark Illumination was just, first of all, Alone in the Dark was always a survival horror game. It was a quintessential survival horror. Yes, it didn't necessarily do the greatest with that, but you know what? At least like Alone in the remake of Alone in the Dark, or not the remake, but the reimagining was okay. I shouldn't say remake. You've seen it was a remastered. The press kit that they put out indicated a remastered version. And so when I went into it, I was like, oh, remastered, okay. And then found that it wasn't remastered at all. It was just basically barely ported. And I know a lot of people gave me shit for my review on it, but with my review system, if you're not, one of the big things about my review system is that it does what it's promised. Like, if a game gets a reputation for being bad because of expectations, then, you know what? I don't count that against the game. I'm sorry if that's not what the press that they put out indicated, and other people just expected something more, then I don't count the game that against the game. But yeah, Alone in the Dark Illumination. Let's take a survival horror game. Let's make it Left 4 Dead, not really, but let's make the aiming so horrible and the gameplay so laggy and inconsistent that you just want to go home. You may be home at that time, but that's how you feel. You just want to go home and just never play video games again. I remember playing that game. It's, to this day, my policy on reviews is that even if the game is horrible, even if it's a game that I despise, if I look at it for like a stream, for example, even if it's a game that ended up technically not working, if I cover the game, I'm going to spend money on it or have a review copy for it, because guess what? You know, I got coverage out of it. I told people about it, and it's something that I stand by. Like, hey, you know, this is what I'm going to do. There is one exception to that rule, and it's Alone in the Dark Illumination, because I was like, I cannot justify the $30 price tag. Remember, the game came out with a $30 price tag, and how horribly broken and bad and absolutely insane it was. Some of the original Alone in the Dark games are really good. Okay, we got a boss, the Lurker. I feel like... See, I gave my opinion of this game, and I know I'm talking a lot about just general stuff, but I feel like the game is sort of showing its own in terms of, like, I'm pointing out little things here and there, but the game has done enough. Oh, I like the 666 for the Lurker here. Ow. Oh god, it's a worm. Ow. Not bad. We've got a good first attempt here already. Ow. And as I drop right back into things. Not bad for a first attempt, actually. I really do love these demon designs. Like it's basically a dead fish, but there's something menacing about, especially with the color scheme. Like, we've seen fish like that with, like, the scales and the sections and everything along that line, but... Ow. Don't. He literally ate me. All right, all right, all right. We're going to do a little bit more here. I'm not sure how he's the Lurker, though. I would question the classification of him. Ow. Ow. He barely pushed me off the platform. See, I don't know if that actually does damage. I'm not sure how that didn't hurt me. Three. There we go. That's number 2. Oh, second. Yeah. All right, 3 attempts on that boss. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I guess I should put the gem back. Or does it do it automatically for me? 1. There we go. Glowing 2. That I like the fact that I'm able to do a loadout that is able to take one of my weaknesses away now. That's nice. That's really nice. I could buy something. Let's increase my load. I got 2 more now. One Eye's Boutique. Faster fire rate. I don't think I need that. That would be useful, but I don't know if I really want to spend 7,000 on it. The shockwave when hitting the ground, that could be really useful. The HP obviously would be useful. Twin shooters going both ways, that could be useful in certain occasions. Let's do an infinity run here. Let's do... just to get some more gems. 4th boss is quite a difficulty spike. I wonder how so. I look forward to that. This is definitely the replayable kind of game, especially with the objectives. The endless, I don't know if there's a lot of randomization to it yet, because I've only tried literally 1. So it's hard to say that it's got a lot of randomness when I literally can't test that right now. Well, I can, but I have to die and then... take all those gems. Still, I would like to see a little bit more invincibility time, I think. Maybe that's an upgrade that you can get, where it's like the invincibility lasts longer. A lot of games have been doing that nowadays. I'm not exactly sure why. Take that heart. Yeah, I did. So, like, the fact is, like, I'm not using the down dash a lot, but I am using a jump a lot. So the fact is that the upgrade I get for that jump is making a huge difference, because it's just doing a little bit of damage, but that damage is just enough to help me out a lot. Ow. Ow. Take that heart. It is Persona 5. We're gonna take some hearts. We're gonna steal a heart. You see, I don't know about anybody else, but the fact that they're coming out with Persona 5 Royale, I'm really mixed about that. On one hand, I love the fact that they're redoing stuff. I love the fact that they're making improvements and adding more story. On the other hand, I am a person who does have a limited amount of time, and the fact is like, I don't want to have to play through the entire game again. I want to. I'd love to. I just don't have the time, and there's so many games to play. But oh god, I have to. It was my favorite game of that year. but damn. I think, come to think of it, I think Persona 5, if you count it as AAA, which I think is still being a little bit generous, but we'll assume AAA because it had maybe the budget for it. I think that has been, of my games of the year, I think that's been the only AAA game that's been game of the year for me. Oh, if you haven't played it, yeah, then it's definitely great for you. And I do wish there was a DLC, or maybe there'll be some way to upload progress or anything. But you know, it is going to be nice to be able to play through it again, and or maybe I take advantage. Well, no, you see, no, I can't take advantage of it. I was gonna say maybe Andrea will play through it and enjoy it, and then I will just load one of the saves and start from there. But on the other hand, I know that she's not the biggest fan of Japanese RPGs and their play styles. I also haven't played it. I need to play Persona 4 because I mean, honestly, I need to play more Persona games, but they have done that with every Persona, and yeah, I can see why that is very annoying. They do it with a lot of JRPGs. They've been doing it more and more lately, especially like Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. Yeah, the DLC, but you're seeing a lot of it. I mean, it's basically adding the DLC onto it, but not having the option of purchasing the DLC. Oh, 136, not bad. I don't know what that's out of. It'd be nice to see what that was out of. All right, upgrades. I sort of really want that max HP 3, but the Persona series started at 3. Yes. No, FAQ, I didn't mean that you didn't have the option to purchase the DLC. That was a bad comparison on my part. I guess I should do this one. I probably should upgrade, though, and I guess the best upgrade... You know what? Let's do another... I want that max HP 3. I just do. So we'll do one more endless just to get some more. I should talk a little bit more about the game this game right now, considering it's an investigation stream. I know that I've been going off about, you know, Persona and a bunch of other stuff, but I will say, you know, something I wanted to check. Are there video options? Okay, there are color schemes. So it can change it to all the other ones, just in case you have a problem. Some of the effects, like the glowing effects, I could see some people having problems with them. Something about the glow is, I feel like will give some people like nausea. and there doesn't seem to be any way to really deal with the effects. Granted, this is it's the art style and the pixel art style, and I don't know how easy that would be to deal with and still being able to really help in terms of showing everything that the opponent or the player needs. So, but I do wish that there was some way to maybe like tone down the brightness of like those greens, because I feel like that some people are going to be really put off by that, and especially people who have sensitivity to light. Yeah, and the hit flashes on the big sprites like bosses could be an issue. You're right. And again, you don't want to stop people from making the game that they want to. The fact is that those flashes for some people are going to be really, really important. I feel like if you take that into account to begin with, and understand that you need to take it into account to begin with, that it's a lot easier to deal with and to plan for when you're making your game. I think a lot of people misunderstand the accessibility argument. The fact is that it's not just about, okay, you know, there's an easy mode. A lot of accessibility things, when it comes down to it, if you plan from the beginning, it's a lot easier. It's a hell of a lot easier. You've got to take the time to plan it and understand it. But like things like control schemes, for example, like bindable keys. If you don't think about it to begin with, going back and making sure that you don't hard code, you know, the jump button, and make it so that, you know, you have multiple places recognizing that button specific. Just recognizing that you need to make it configurable and that it should be some kind of definition in your code. Yeah, it makes a huge difference in terms of how easy it is to go back and make sure that it works. But everybody feels like, you know, you're putting way too much into trying to make the game more accessible. In some cases it can be, but not always. And especially when you consider things like the light portion. I think the visual elements are a little bit harder to deal with because, again, now you've got artists coming into play and artists and their vision. And it's not to say that they're, you know, stuck up or, you know, they're necessarily like, oh, you're compromising my vision. It's just that artists may not think of that to begin with. And at least the ones that I've worked with, and I can understand why. It's art. It's like, okay, this is what you like, this is what I envision, but I don't necessarily always consider, you know, okay, wait, what if somebody can't see that vision? Remember, kids, aliasing is your friend. Yes. Yes, it is. You see, the Joy-Con for me, I understand the accessibility. Like, it's accessible, I'll give you that. But, like, for me, the Joy-Cons have been... my hands are a little bit larger. And, like, trying to bend my hands at times with the Joy-Cons have been hard. The buttons are so squished together for me that... I don't know. And the fact that the way they have to grip it, I have problems with it. I was going for that heart. Back to map. I want that. I think I may have to get rid of an upgrade, though, in order to do it. Yeah. So, 2 more hearts, basically. Ooh. Yeah, that's actually really confusing for the designers of Apex Legends. I think that game had a lot of accessibility options from what I understand. I'm not gonna lie. The Joy-Con drift issue is very, very odd to me. Because for the longest of time, Nintendo has been always the quality. Like like if you ever think about the Nintendo GameCube, yeah, it's a box. But I don't know if anybody has seen the viral video of people dropping the GameCube off like a second-story window and it surviving and being able to be played with no problems. Like, Nintendo products, like the Game Boy, like the original Game Boy, there's a reason why the original Game Boy won over something like the Game Gear. The fact is, the Game Boy was not only a better product in terms of how it was put together, it didn't have as many physical issues, but like they understood, hey, yeah, we could put color and all these graphics in there, but you know what kids like? Being able to play the game and having good battery time. Because God, that Game Gear, it went out like a light. Like, it drained batteries like a no one. This is my weekly reminder to play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Maybe I will start it in the new year. The drifting issue was present on the 64, but I don't know. I never really had problems with the 64's drifting. Like, on me, at least. It feels like the Joy-Con, I'm, like, really afraid to use my Joy-Cons at times, because I was one of the first people who got, like, I wasn't the first Switch portion, but, you know, second or third, maybe? And so I would feel like mine would have the issue, but I didn't necessarily play it as much as other people did. I love this challenge, but man, this is getting hard. I also like the fact that I can somewhat really. Oh, Nicoium. Oh god, those Nokia phones could take an absolute beating. Okay. Let's try this again. Come on. I will say that as I've played along here, I'm really recognizing the challenge of the, you know, not dealing damage. Fudge. I'm also noticing there is seemingly a way, like if you jump at the right time at the bottom, it almost acts like something that you can jump off. Because I'm noticing that I'm able to avoid dealing damage at the bottom of the... Here. See? Like, you could jump off that bottom and it will work. Without having to deal with that damage. It's a little bit weird that it doesn't really explain that. My 3D... Wow. Fell off the fourth story of your building once. Damn. Okay, you said... Somebody said something. FAQ said something about weapon. Hold on. Twin shooter for the next boss. Okay. I think that is up here. I need 4,500. Okay, fine. We will do that again, because I need... The font, man, I really like the font on the Endless and the 1 there. I know that's something really weird to, you know, to point out, but it gives it that 80s vibe, which is a little bit strange because it's like, oh, it's demons. Well, yeah, but something about the synth and the, I shouldn't say 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. Again, before I was born, but almost like a Hotline Miami-esque font. Obviously, Hotline Miami's not the only go-to there, but it maybe try... Yeah, okay, I'll try it with my regular weapon, and then we'll try it with the twin shooter if it doesn't work out. Ow. I'll take that heart. Yeah, that jump is doing one. Just the knockback from it too is doing a lot of good. Like, I'm glad I got that upgrade because it's really helping me just to be able to micromanage the field. Just the ever so slightly, it's doing everything for me. It's funny because when you look at that upgrade at first, like at the start of the game, you may think, oh, you know, why would I ever get that? But then you start playing, you're like, oh, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. This goes great with my playstyle, and I really do appreciate that the devs put something in like that for an upgrade. I have not taken a hell of a lot of damage now that I've said that. Also, the orange, I'm really liking the orange combination here. I don't know. Something about, like, orange isn't necessarily one of my favorite colors, but there's something about orange and pixel artwork that has always worked for me. I mean, the obvious example would be Castlevania, but there's just something really pleasing about orange against especially like a blue or a black backdrop. What'd you find to do, man? Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. 9. I will say, like, it's almost like I lose a little bit of, yeah, Zero Ranger. That's a perfect other option there. Like the spikes. Thank you, FAQ, for the $5 and the lemon. Adrian better not have fallen asleep because she needs to see that. I probably bored her and she's fallen asleep or she's dealing with her pain, but thank you for the donation. Thank you for the lemon related dancing lemon, because we all need dancing lemons in our life. Ah. Oh, there's some health over there. Gonna need that health. Thank you. I do wish there were, like, for these other, like these infinite modes, that it would tell me somewhere in the corner, like, hey, you're on, you know, phase 11. Because right now, I have to wait until the level's over, or the wave is over, to understand what level I'm on. And I feel like it shouldn't really need that. You see, and you know you've got a good game where a lot of the stuff that you're pointing out are little nitpicks. Like, design-wise, even the things that I found, not necessarily the, you know, things that can't be dealt with, or, you know, are necessarily strong weaknesses. They're weaknesses, sure, but, you know, sometimes weaknesses are strengths to other people. It just, some people don't deal with it well, some people do. But design as well, the level design from level to level is pretty damn good. It's probably the game's biggest strength, especially with the enemy placement and movement patterns. Yeah, not a lot of problems there. The limited text description, yeah, it would be nice to be able to, like, test upgrades too, or weapons, like in like a test environment. But the fact that you can buy any of them via the endless mode, like, oh, you can just grind for it. Yeah, it's a little bit grindy, but the base action does work. So doing pretty well on this run, I think. I was like, that heart's not leaving me. Oh, the next requires 2. Oh, okay. That is a good missing element that would be absolutely needed. Wow, okay. I shouldn't have taken that hit. The wave 17. Yeah, so better descriptions would definitely go a long way. See, that kind of stuff with the lasers, that would have driven me nuts, especially if it happened in a boss fight, which I'm assuming it would, considering the 10 times thing. I love how I'm using my jump as a shotgun right now. Back at full health. I'm assuming that's going to be the 4th boss fight, huh? Or is it the next one? God, wave 19. It does give you this feeling of satisfaction when you're doing so well after a couple of, like, I've only played this for 2 hours, and it's like, yeah, I probably am not doing well compared to, like, the biggest, like, you know, the people who play this for like 20 hours, 30 hours, but it still feels like I'm doing really good. Granted, I've now taken 4 hits in a very, very short amount of time, so you could... Ah, there we go. There are so many of those big orange guys, and they are getting really annoying right now. Ah, dang it. Now they're just throwing more and more, which makes sense for something like this. Like, I made a comment before, like, oh, they don't just throw more enemies at you, but for an ultimate mode, yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. Need that heart. Get back here. I need that. Don't take damage while doing it, but... The eyeballs are the least favorite. Yeah, I could see why. Ah. One more hit. Two more hits. One more hit. Oh, give me that. Yes. No. I worked hard for that heart. Okay, so they're for the next area. Interesting. Yeah. Damn. That was pretty... I'm going to say that was pretty good. Yeah, 126, not bad. I definitely have a lot more to work with, gem-wise. But we're not going to buy that. Well, we can also increase our load a little bit. Actually, let's just increase our load a little bit more. All right, boss time. We're going to start with this one because just to see. Don't forget to fire your ultimate with LB. Nope. The Devourer. Oh boy. What are we, Mega Man here? Oh, what? No. Okay. Okay. Hello. I see. That's probably why the... Ow. Yeah, I could see why you would want the twin. Almost the shotgun would be also probably... Ow. Ow. I know that it probably wants you to use those explosive barrels more than anything else. But it doesn't seem like it does that much damage against it. Like 10 damage, that's okay. But I guess when it comes down to damage, it... Alright, we're gonna try this again. And it may take time. Adventure quest? Are we talking about the guy with the hatchets? Ow. Okay. Damn it. Oh, that jump is not going to help me at all. I guess I'm going to have to actually avoid... That upgrade is actually going to hurt me. Okay. That's... Okay. Yeah, that's not going to... Let's exit to equip. Let's actually de-equip that for the time being, because that actually is going to make my job a lot harder with this weapon. Okay, so he just runs into him. Maybe I don't... Maybe I just focus on dodging. Ow. Not jumping on things, that's for sure. Not firing a single shot. Who needs to fire when I can... I only have to do that 55 more times or so. Yeah, 54. I mean, it works for Donkey Kong. Oh boy. It feels like a Super Meat Boy level. That's all. I wonder how far we're gonna get though. It's gotta start cycling eventually, right? I'm also noticing that there are no barrels. Okay, there we go. Devour pacifist run. Ah, took health damage there. Didn't want to. I mean, obviously, I don't ever want to, but... It's like a platforming game, that's all. Why did I not jump there? Okay, so I have to do at least 18 per health left. 35 per health left. I think I've got a better handle on things now. One more time, and then I'll use the actual gun. Because I want to try this. I really do. Okay. Oh, he got me with that one. Somehow he didn't actually take damage from that one. Two damages that I do not appreciate. Stop. Feels like I always have to be moving forward if I don't want to take damage at all. And as soon as I stop, it's going to be trouble. Somehow he didn't take damage from that one because reasons. Ow. He stays with us. You're bored. Okay, I will. Okay, it's not working. So it's nice that there's a gimme in terms of Hadouken! Hadouken! It's like two Hadoukens always going behind me. Yeah, this makes this a little easier. Almost too easy, to be quite honest with you. Oh, hey, look, it's the Terminator. What? Okay, you got a little bit too close for my comfort there. All right. That was a little bit easier, huh? Okay. It's been 2 hours. I do have other things I want to get done tonight. But I want to give my final thoughts on the game. Because again, this is the whole purpose of these streams is to introduce the game to people who may not have seen it before, for me to get an understanding of what the game has to offer, which I think I have, as well as, you know, it goes into my end of year deliberations, which will be my end of the year, fiscal year deliberations. Not really, it'll be everything from 2019, but it'll come out in March, probably like March 15th, March 31st. Hell is Other Demons is definitely an action powerhouse in the indie genre when it comes to quick action, smart action, where configurations of your weapons make a huge difference, as seen in that last fight, but also allowing for a lot of different play styles and just a lot of creativity. It's a game that can really appeal to people who really want to be high score chasers, but also appeal to people who just want a little bit of action right now. Yes, I stole your end of the year fiscal joke because that just seems like the right way to present it, or at least to excuse it. 2 hours, 1 hour 50 spent on Devourer. He devoured my time, obviously. The color scheme and the actual pixel art style is pretty fantastic. Sound design is pretty simple but effective. It is not going to blow anybody away, but it does the job in terms of understanding, hey, I hit this enemy. Hey, I did this. Hey, I did that. But other than that, it's one of those situations where anybody who isn't necessarily a fan of the genre, Hell is Other Demons is not going to change your mind. It is the quintessential game of the genre, but it's not going to... It's one of the best examples of it. It's actually, in my mind, it's probably a good one to get, like, in the action platforming shooter genre. It could be a good test of whether or not you would like it. Yeah, there's some repetition, but I feel like that repetition, the stages are short enough where you're like, okay, sorry, that the repetition doesn't get too, it doesn't stretch out too far. And quite frankly, the game has enough variety in its enemies and its level locations, and level design is pretty much the quintessential part of this game, where I feel like anybody who's willing to try it will get an understanding of what this arena action platformer, what all that combination will have to offer. Bosses are good. Granted, I do like the fact that I can actually seemingly beat a boss, a pacifist, but does it break the bank at $10? That's also true. Pretty straightforward, and it is hard to argue with. All the little things are little negatives, like again the menu of this of the upgrade system, like not being horribly descriptive, but it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, I really don't have a lot of bad things to say about Hell is Other Demons. Pretty solid all around. Probably it would probably be a 85-ish if I had to guess. Again, there's a lot more that goes to my scoring system. I compare it against other games. I compare it against other games specifically in this genre to figure out where the viability range is, especially for enhancers. But yeah, I would be around that 85. And it's on the Switch too, so that is a big plus for it, because having this in a mobile environment and being able to play this on a bus or play this in like in the park or anywhere is just a nice thing to have. If there's no questions, I'll ask if there's any questions, obviously. But if there's no other questions, I will finish off this level and call it a night. I don't know when I will stream next. It may be Sunday, it may be Monday. Unsure yet. This weekend will be me getting ready for packing, because the cubes that I'm getting to move things across the country comes in on Tuesday. You could play it on a plane, you could play it on the boat, you can play it in a moat. I'm not sure why you would be in the moat, though. You could play it in a house, you could play it with a mouse, although make sure the mouse doesn't have the Black Plague. Especially the Dragnix Plague. I mean, that would be a huge problem. I don't know why I went Dr. Seuss there. I'm just going to chalk that up to just randomness. Because remember, the Dragnix Plague may start with mics. It may be the Dragnix Black Plague. Love the color scheme. Love the music. Good for the action. Does actually do well in terms of like expressing the level like themes too. Like the factory, as I mentioned, having that more synth and more mechanical sound to it. I am using a controller, but there is a keyboard element. I don't think it uses a mouse. Not that I see. I'm not sure how the mouse would work either, considering you're not really aiming. I also like the fact that there's a purple in all your gems in the corner, but if it's Sunday, I'll miss it, then I won't do one Sunday. I'll do one Monday, if anything. But that's it for me for now. Again, join the Discord. Can you check the options to see if there's an option to turn off reduce screen shake? Sure. Give me a second. Yeah, there is a screen shake. I don't think I've ever seen 200. Hold on. Now I have to. There is an option to turn off reduce screen shake, but there's also an option apparently to increase the screen shake. Oh God. I'm not sure why you'd want to do this, but if you would like to express yourself by picturing you playing this in an earthquake, the option is there. Options, dash to stream, map free move, online boards, show tips, audio, standard audio sliders, video, full screen, full window, windowed, up to 38 or 4K. The colors, is it? I'm not sure what pixel perfect means. It's actually a really good question why that option is there, but you know what? It's there. Any other questions before I sign out? And again, thank you, FAQ, for the donation, and thanks everybody for coming out. You could tell you've seen with the screen. Okay, so let me see if I can show this. So in the jump, when you hit an enemy, the amount the screen moves on a so you notice how now I'm not the screen doesn't move with 0% shake, but if I go back to 200, you notice there's a little bit of a shake there. You count as two different people, Sword. You're a sword and a penguin. I figured that's... I mean, it recognizes that you are a sword and a penguin. I don't see the problem here. All right, guys. Have a good night. And as always, keep on gaming.